us to commit the best practices in party politics by being honest and fair in our dealings, as well as keep our eyes on the ultimate prize, the post President Muhammadu Buhari.
Yemi Osinbajo, SAN, Your Excellency, the amiable chairman of the APC, who just welcomed us to the convention, Senator Abdullahi Adam CON, Your Excellencies, members of the National Working Committee of the APC, Mr. Senate President, Speaker of the House of Representatives, our governors in various states, ministers and stakeholders, gentlemen of the press, ladies and gentlemen. It gives me a great delight to welcome our leaders once again, our members, as well as a broad range of stakeholders, to this historic special convention to elect our presidential flag bearer Fage Party in the next coming year election. Collectively, we have established well beyond the shores of Nigeria the enviable unity of purpose through our national convention that brought us into the Working Committee on 26th of March 2022. Under the leadership of our chairman, His Excellency Senator Abdullahi Adamu, we continue to make significant strides to deepen our unity, strengthen core functions in the national secretariat, and position our great party to sustain leadership of democratic governance in Nigeria. With over 43 million members, our unique ability to reach everyone continue to rise above both national and across the nations. We remain undisputedly a leading democratic institution, not only in Nigeria, but in the African region. We have taken forward the many of our provisions of our new constitution. This reinforces the clarity of our purpose and provide much needed framework with which we have vigorously commenced to establish systems of fair play, inclusion, and accountability to our members, but to the Nigerian population. Primary elections for flag bearers for gubernatorial, the Senate, House of Representatives, and State House of Assembly are peacefully conducted across the nation. Our primary elections processes include at the risk screening, appeal committees, the eventual elections. We have sought to ensure utmost inclusion across party members, taking into consideration geographic spread, gender, youth, and persons with disability. We have taken care to ensure that we remain responsive to the aspirations of our members and of Nigerians, and have given consideration to diversity in our vision, interests, and aspirations that was expected of a political party with over 45 million members. We have achieved this feat despite the tight timelines from the INEC and with full compliance to procedures and guidelines. We must express deep appreciation to the President of the Republic of Nigeria, leaders of our party, the National Executive Committee of our party, for their visionary foresight to temporarily yield the executive powers to the NWC at this time. This realist approach has facilitated consultations and made the decision-making process less burdensome, progressively proactive, and nimble. Our great party, the APC, gathered today to elect our flag bearer. The pathway to this day affirms internal democracy within the APC, for which many value and have joined us. Today, with other members and leaders in each of the geopolitical zones, governors fora, and many other instruments of that democracy, we are prepared, and by the grace of God, successfully deliver a successful special convention and a special flag bearer acceptable not only to our members of this party, but to all Nigerians wherever they live, work, and play. And thank you for kind attention. Thank you.
Congress. I'd like to crave your indulgence before I bring up the next speaker to please give us a clear thoroughfare. We want just the electoral manager for his remarks at this juncture. The chairman of Progressive Governors Forum, who also doubles as the chairman of Election Management Committee, His Excellency, Senator Atiku Bagudu. Can we put our hands together for His Excellency as he makes it way here?
Aisha Buhari, Your Excellency, the Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Professor Yomi Osibajo, His Excellency, the Senate President, Senator Ahmed Lawan, the Right Honorable Speaker, Right Honorable Femi Bajamila, the Chairman of our party, Senator Abdullahi Adamu, and members of the National Working Committee, the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Chief of Staff, Your Excellencies, Governors of the different states, members of the Federal Executive Council, delegates, party leaders, members of the media, and security agencies that are here. Good evening, everyone. And on behalf of the Progressive Governors Forum, I join in congratulating all of us for this achievement of organizing a convention, actually 2 conventions within a period of 70 days. And we are impressed with the level of the preparation. And on behalf of the forum, I congratulate the party. I congratulate our party leader, President Muhammadu Buhari. This convention is following a series of activities that have taken place in the different states, congresses and primaries that resulted in the nomination of various aspirants in various positions across the country. And we are full of commendation to the party for the organization, the support that has gone to successful primaries all across the states of the country. The governors are deeply appreciative of the support that the party has given in ensuring that we conduct very, very peaceful, transparent elections that we believe will continue to endear our party to Nigerians. This is in addition to many achievements recorded under the All Progressive Congress-led administration. Today, we are gathered here for a very, very momentous occasion, which we pray will result in the nomination of a presidential flag bearer for our party. And we pray all of us, as governors of the respective states, are here to show support. We are doing it when the Electoral Act have changed the nature of the delegates. About 70 days ago, when we gathered here, there were close to 8,000 delegates. But the changes in the Electoral Act resulted in fewer delegates, which we hope will make the election process more manageable. And since I'm speaking in 2 capacities, both of the chairman of the Progressive Governors Forum, on whose behalf I already spoken, and the chairman of the Election Management Committee, we appreciate our party for choosing us and bestowing us upon this important event. It's okay, important duty to serve our party and participate in the process that will result in eventually the nomination of the presidential flag bearer sometimes this evening or early tomorrow morning. Your Excellencies, because of that, I will use this occasion to share on behalf of the Election Management Committee some information that as provided by the Electoral Act, only the duly elected 3 delegates per ward, i.e. 3 delegates for the 774 wards, local government, sorry, 3 delegates per local government, meaning 3 for each of the 774 local government will be allowed to vote after accreditation. There will be 2 voting points, each with 20 ballot boxes, and 2 states are going to be called one after the other, but they will vote at the respective 2 respective voting points simultaneously. Delegates are expected to write the names of their choice on the provided ballot papers. Delegates should please ensure that the name of their choice is fully written to avoid confusion, at least 2 names. Delegates who cannot write will be permitted to choose a delegate from their state to write for them. Delegates will be properly identified before voting commences. Agents of the aspirants will be permitted to sit to monitor the proceedings. All delegates are expected to return to their seats after casting their votes. At the end of the voting exercise, all the ballot boxes will be gathered together and sorted in the names of the aspirants. After the sorting out, the ballot of each aspirant will be counted, and the aspirant with the highest number of votes will be declared winner. Aspirants who decided to withdraw must inform the election committee, publicly announce their withdrawal, and sign the withdrawal form. Thereafter, there will be a translation in Hausa, Yoruba, and Igbo for delegates who may not be conversant with the instructions as stated in the English language. I thank our party, and I thank Mr. President, and I thank all our leaders that are gathered here this evening, and I want to assure them that the Election Management Committee, and as part of the Convention Management Committee, will do its very best to ensure that whatever the result so declared will meet with the highest standard expected of our party. Thank you. Thank you. May God bless you.
Seated. So may I appeal to everybody to please take their seats. To come and talk to us and tell us exactly why you want to be President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria after President Muhammadu Buhari. So these are the names. His Excellency, Senator Ahmed Bola Tinubu, the Jagaban Bogu.
The Jagaban of the nation.
And we are calling the names in alphabetical order. We have His Excellency, Senator Ahmed Ibrahim Lawan, who is the current Senate President. His Excellency, Senator Ahmed Sani Yerima, former Governor of Zamfara State. His Excellency, Senator Ajayi Robert Horofis, current Senator of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. His Excellency, Senator Ben Ayade, Governor of Cross River State. His Excellency, Engineer Dave Umahi, Governor of Ebonyi State. His Excellency, Right Honorable Dimeji Bankole, former Speaker of the House of Representatives. Honorable Emeka Uwajuba, immediate past Minister of State for Education, His Excellency Senator Gospel Akpabio, former Governor of Akwa Ibom State and former Minister of the Niger Delta Affairs, His Excellency Senator Ibikunle Amosu, former Governor of Ogun State and current serving Senator of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, His Excellency Dr. Kayode Fayemi, Governor of Ekiti State, His Excellency Senator Ken Enamani, former Senate President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, His Excellency Alhaji Muhammadu Badaru Abubakar, Governor of Jigawa State, His Excellency Dr. Ogbonnaya Onu, former Governor of Abia State and former Minister of Science and Technology, Pastor Tunde Bakare, His Excellency Right Honorable Rotimi Chibuke Amechi, former Governor of Rivers State and current Minister of Transportation, His Excellency Senator Rochas Okorocha, former Governor of Imo State, Pastor Nicholas Nwago, Mr. Jack Rich Tain, His Excellency Governor Yahaya Bello, Governor of Kogi State, His Excellency Professor Yemi Oshibajo, Senior Advocate of Nigeria and current Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Chief Ikeobasi Nokelu, and finally, and coincidentally, the only woman in the team, but her name starts with a U, so that's why she's number 23 on the list, Barrister Mrs. Uju Kennedy Oheye. So, Your Excellencies, those are the 23 aspirants. They'll be talking to us. But before then, we'll cool our nerves a bit with some entertainment by the one and only Sir Shina Peters. I hope you're ready. But please take your seats, please. If you don't sit down,
Ìwọ́n ṣe máa lùlù tàbí kọrin àfojújù tó máa dàbí ẹni tó ní. Kò sí wọ́n ṣe máa lùlù tàbí kọrin àfojújù tó máa dàbí ẹni tó ní. Oníkọlà jẹ́ ó ṣe owó ọmọ pẹ́jẹ́ lù ti dé o. Ṣìnà Peter ló láfojújù. Àfojújù ìfẹ́ sísẹ́ àwọn. Ẹ̀jẹ̀ lẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ lẹ́yìn mi. Georgia, Right now, we are ready to play music. We are ready. I said right now, we are ready to play music. We are ready. Right now, we are ready to play music.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Mr. Sheena Peters.
I want to play.
Thank you.
Love you.
Let's put our hands together for him, ladies and gentlemen. He's fresh.
Love you.
We have a line of actors to entertain us before we go into the election proper.
No matter the weight of an elephant, you don't fit consent with. Slow colonize the worry. Level sample.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Beautiful.
Frodo. We'll be nuts when they knock for your door. If you know you're happy, let me see you. Everybody, let me see you. Go. Jano, oh Papa Mo, Lord, I am crying down to my soul. As I will never let you go because I know that it's sorrow. I am a downfall driver. Maybe you be downfall driver. DJ Fiona, just drop. Hold on, DJ, hold on. I said if you are happy, just wave your hand. I want to see everybody around. Today is our day. Let's go. Anybody want plan back from us? Holy God! So let's take our just drop it.
soup. No, we have shepherd, lemon grass, native line, monkey tail, soldier root, small leaf, a shaman. Oh yeah, Mama, they say they want to go. Because for their own time. Because if they want to celebrate, if they want me to go, they come on. Oh yeah, particular every day, Nigerian, what we call it, dance like, act like, wine like, yeah, I walk on it, I say, go to your room, I'm crying, yeah, people I say, yeah, what I live. God bless you, God bless you.
As a people with one song, with one voice, we're a nation undivided and one. We will take us down and build our land. To defend what is ours. Here we are, Nigeria must remain united. People with one heart. This is all we ask for. We're determined to rebuild and restore.
It's non-negotiable. If you know that you're with us in one Nigeria, and we see you on your heights, Igbo, Hausa, Yoruba, Ishakiri, Efi, Alaba, Edo, we are one Nigeria. On your heights, Nigeria must remain as one. All the superstars of Nigeria are here saying one nation. Sakachi, Jetujak, La Vista, Uchobodo, Andy Chukwu, Rarara, Babachinedu. All the artists are here saying one Nigeria. Nigeria must remain as one. Our president, the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, General Muhammadu Buhari, a peace-loving father,
Bola Tinubu to please come alone. Please, all aspirants, they are coming in. Please, only the aspirants will be allowed to pass through to the stage. Senator Ahmed Ibrahim Lawan, Senator Ahmed Sani Yerima, Senator Ajayi Robert Barafis will be doing this in batches of 4. So can we call on the 4 of you aspirants to please come to the stage. Each aspirant will be allowed to speak for 2 minutes. Thank you very much. DJ.
President Muhammadu Buhari, GCFR, Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of Federal Republic of Nigeria, the Vice President Yemi Osinbajo, GCON, the Senate President Senator Ahmad Lawan, the Speaker of the House of Representatives, Honorable Femi Gbajabiamila, these national delegates, all ANEC observers, distinguished APC members, the media, ladies and gentlemen, today, as members of All Progressive Congress, gather both in celebration and instant test of our democratic fitness, we have all waited and worked for this day to come. Now it is upon us. We must rise to the occasion. We now stand before all Nigerians. We have always said this party may well be the last best hope for Nigeria to attain its finest destiny. Thus, we shall use this confession to show the world that APC celebrates democracy by faithfully participating in it. Soon, we will freely and fairly nominate the person to follow President Muhammadu Buhari as our next standard bearer. For you delegates, this is a heavy responsibility. I know you will meet this duty with the seriousness it deserves. The convention also marked the end of the first phase of year 2023 election cycle. This primary season has been one of intense competition among those who aspire to the nomination. I commend the other aspirants for the dignity and zeal with which they have conducted their campaigns. Such strong, persistent competition will make us better as a party. By today's end, you would have selected party's candidate who definitely want to see a great process to win. We must emerge from today a unified force, focused on the cooperation and shared victory. President Buhari has said, our party's objective must be to triumph in the next year's general election at all levels. The candidates you select must deliver victory in the national election and have the personal gravity and national recognition to pull us through to victory in the state and local government elections as well. He must instill a sense of victory and confidence. Moreover, the candidate must unite Nigerians of all walks of life from all parts of the country. He must have the experience leadership, knowledge, and extensive personal contact to steer the diverse, complicated Nigeria through this challenging period. A dynamic world. The other candidates are all good men and women, but I sincerely believe I am the person this moment called for. I have the experience. I led the transformation of Lagos from a dangerous, unwelcoming place in 1999 to a clean, safe, and vibrant place and the fifth largest economy in Africa today. I am a serious man with a serious purpose, and I will use all that I know and all my abilities to benefit our people. I'm a unified leader. I have constructed a formidable political structure, one that has delivered electoral victory after electoral victory. I do not put myself forward because I think this is the nomination. I step forward because I believe I can lead our party towards the brightest future. I have expertise, my record of corporate leadership, my financial expert, my experience as an executive governor of Lagos make me unique among all other aspirants, giving me the requisite skill to accelerate the progressive reform that will change the face of our national economy. I can not, on this day, talk of a brighter and prosperous future without declaring my determination to fight terrorism and insecurity to the very end. I mourn the lives already lost, how to do everything possible to ensure justice and forever erase terror from our land. Today, you decide our presidential nominee. Let me be the man who can best articulate the vision of progress and development, then implement it. Let us always honor the promise of the APC, the promise we made to Nigeria. I humbly ask you to nominate me as the party's presidential candidate because I am confident, competent, courageous, and ready to start from day one. God bless you. God bless you. God bless you, PC. God bless Nigeria. Thank you very much. I love you all.
Distinguished ladies and gentlemen of the press, good evening, everyone. Your Excellency, tonight we are making history. Our great party, the All Progressives Congress, the APC, is making history. Next year, 29th May 2023, Mr. President, your tenure would have been full cycle, and by the grace of God, it will be. This event is a special event for us to elect the next person to fly the flag of our party in next year's presidential election, by the grace of God. Your Excellency, you have provided a great deal of leadership in governance and in the running of our party. That's why we are here. This administration from 2015 to date, under your distinguished leadership, has done so much for this country, and APC has made its mark. You've laid the foundation for whoever will emerge this night to fly the flag of our party, to stand on such a very solid and strong foundation. And we are very proud of your achievements in the last 7 years. Your Excellency, you have provided leadership for this party, even when it will appear that we have difficulties looking insurmountable. The moment you step in, things go on to be straight and streamlined. And this is how APC will be. That APC will always be strong because you have set it on a very strong pedestal. Your Excellency, very distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I am running for the office of the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria because I believe that this party has been built well around ideals that all of us here share. Today, we are proud that having sustained our economy, that despite all the difficulties in the world, our economy is still experiencing growth. Your Excellency, please. Your Excellency, we have dealt with insecurity in the Northeast, even though we have some challenges in the Northwest particularly. I believe that the way and manner we dealt with Northeast insurgency is the same way that we will deal and conquer the banditry and kidnapping in the Northwest and some parts of North Central. Distinguished delegates, let me say that you are a set of Nigerians who are saddled with the responsibility and task of electing the next president of Nigeria, our country. My belief is there cannot be any higher and more important responsibility than electing the president that will lead this country in the next 4 years from 2023. I will therefore appeal to you that look very closely, ensure that we elect someone who will ensure that the achievements so far by our administration are consolidated and others continued. I am of the parliament. I come from the parliament. I am a parliamentarian. Having spent 23 years in the National Assembly, having chaired very strategic committees of agriculture and education, having chaired the very important oppositional committee on public accounts committee, having served as chairman of the Senate Committee on Defense, having served as the majority leader of the Senate, and serving as the president of the Senate by the grace of God, I am eminently qualified. Distinguished delegates, let me tell you that worldwide, the developed democracies are run by parliamentarians. Developed democracies are governed by parliamentarians mainly. If you go to parliamentary systems, the Prime Minister is always an elected parliamentarian. If you go to the US and similar democracies, senators and members of Congress run the country. Today's president in the US, the President Biden, was in the Senate of the United States of America. President Obama was also a senator in the Senate of the United States of America. I have acquired sufficient experience working very closely with Mr. President, our dear President, as the presiding officer and chairman of the National Assembly. I have learned a lot, and by the grace of God, if you elect me this night, I will continue and consolidate those massive achievements Mr. President and the APC administration have achieved. God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria. God bless the APC. APC! 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 Thank you very much.
Before you are elected in 2015, this country was facing very serious security challenge. Everybody knows about the menace of Boko Haram. When you came in, you promised the country that you are going to have 3-point agenda to fight insecurity, fight corruption, and work very hard to improve on our economy. The Boko Haram, before you came in, were virtually in Borno and Maiduguri, Modoba and Yobe. They virtually captured those states, and they even bombed the UN headquarters in Abuja. All of us, both Muslims and Christians, have to be screened before we enter places of worship. But today, all that is history. On the economy, you did your best, because the PDP, when they were in power, the price of crude oil rose up to $140 per barrel. When you came in, the country witnessed downturn on the price and came as low as $30 per barrel. If it were not you, I didn't know what would have happened in this country. I'm presenting myself today to the nation, to APC, and to our distinguished delegates, because I believe that the current trend of new security challenges, of armed banditry and kidnappings are just new to us. And I believe that with concerted effort by recruiting more security personnel, improvement in their welfare, and making sure that adequate equipment are provided, the security challenge will also be a thing of the past. We have higher level poverty. Every leader in this country, in this world, must make sure that nobody, no Nigerian, sleep hungry. I intend to make sure that I come up with robust economic, fiscal and monetary policies to address the challenges of poverty, and we are going to also make sure that one very important problem of Nigeria, which is ignorance, is addressed by making sure that the education sector is given due attention. That every child of Nigeria must be given free and compulsory education up to secondary school level, and we are going to introduce student loans board.
Thank you for joining us again on the News Hour on Biscon Television. I'm Stella Opara. We'll begin with our top stories. On the national scene, Tinubu celebrates with Christians, calls for unity. NDPC investigates over 400 cases of privacy breaches. In business news, NNPCL to replace 5,000 kilometers pipelines in 3 years, says KRI. On the foreign scene, Indian gangster politician Mukhtar Ansari dies of cardiac arrest. And in the weather sports, Lisbon coach Ruben Amorim tipped to succeed club as next Liverpool manager. Now the news in full. President Bola Tinubu has joined the Christian faithful to commemorate Easter, a significant moment and glorious celebration of the triumph of life over death. This is contained in a statement by Ajuri Ngelale, Special Advisor to the President of Media and Publicity in Abuja. He said the President greeted Christians in Nigeria and around the world on this occasion, emphasizing love, sacrifice and compassion as the patent themes of this solemn season. Ngelale said Tinubu noted the sacrifice of Jesus Christ for humanity as a lesson for leaders and Nigerians to yield to selflessness and compassion, and be steadfast in the pursuit of a united, peaceful, and prosperous nation. He said the President commended Nigerians for the sacrifices they made in the past few months for the nation to be steered to the path of recovery and sustainable growth. Now, the Nigeria Data Protection Commission, NDPC, has said it is investigating the 400 cases of privacy breaches involving digital loan companies, also known as loan sharks, in Nigeria. The Commission disclosed this in a report titled Nigeria Data Protection Annual Report 2023. According to the NDPC, they are working with regulators to sanitize the digital lending space. The Commission also hinted that regulators and security establishments are mainstreaming data protection into their policies, even at the design level. Recall that FCCPC, in collaboration with enforcement agencies in March 2022, raided the offices of illegal digital loan companies operating in Ikeja, Lagos, over alleged consumer rights abuse. The enforcement exercise was personally led by Babatunde Irukera, the then executive vice chair, who said there was a need to bring the loan apps into the regulatory framework. Away from that, the Apex Socio-Cultural Organization of Ijaw Worldwide, the Ijaw National Congress, INC, has warned pro-Biafran group, the indigenous people of Biafra, to desist from dragging Ijaw Nation into its alleged plan to attack military formations in Bayelsa and Delta states over the Okwama and Igbomotoro invasion. The INC handed down the warning while reacting to an alleged plan by the Simon Ekpa-led faction of the IPOB to attack military personnel and declare a sit-at-home in Delta and Bayelsa states over what they termed targeted ethnic cleansing in both states by the army. Ekpa, in a trending video, has directed that all roads leading to Delta and Bayelsa states be shut down to mourn those allegedly killed by the army at Okwama and Igbomotoro communities in Delta and Bayelsa states, respectively. He stated that IPOB will avenge the alleged killing of innocent people of Biafra in the aforementioned states and declared that nobody in military uniform should be in Biafra region, as they should be considered as terrorists. But President of the INC, Professor Benjamin Okaba, said there was no time Ijaw ethnic nationality consented to be part of Biafra Republic and dissociated the Ijaw from the planned attack by the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB. They said the INC had earlier made known its position on the unfortunate incidents that occurred in Okwama, Delta State, and the invasion of Igbomotoro in Bayelsa, and that the military authorities should be allowed to conduct a thorough investigation into the sordid incidents. Professor Okaba described as unacceptable the threat by IPOB at this time while efforts are on to unravel the perpetrators. The news hour is reaching you from Biscon Television. The news continues shortly. Welcome back. You're watching Biscon TV News. Now to business news. The Group Chief Executive Officer of the Nigerian National Petroleum Company, Mele Kyari, said the over 5,000 kilometers petroleum products pipeline network of the oil firm will be replaced in 3 years. Kyari disclosed this at the 2024 edition of Society of Petroleum Engineers, Oloibiri Lecture Series, and Energy Forum in Abuja, with the theme, Stability in the Energy Sector, Integrated Strategies for Infrastructure, Transportation and Security. The NNPCL boss further stated that the replacement of the pipelines was critical and would be delivered within the specified timeline. Kyari told participants at the lecture series that the recent improvement in the security of oil assets would enable the country meet its crude oil production target for the year, adding that Nigeria currently pumps about 1.6 million barrels of crude oil daily. He also said the oil company was working hard to supply 8 billion standard cubic feet of gas into the domestic market through the deployment of various gas projects. Kyari said 4 floating liquefied natural gas projects were being targeted this year, adding that NNPCL and its partners would take final investment decisions on 2 of the projects in 2024. We're due for another short break. When we come back, we'll bring you foreign news. Stay tuned. Welcome back to Biscon TV News. Now to foreign news. A 63-year-old former gangster and Indian lawmaker, Mukhtar Ansari, has died of cardiac arrest in the leader before joining politics had been in prison since 2005. However, his family has said the circumstances around his death were controversial after saying he was given a poisonous substance in jail. The police tightened security in the state as crowds thronged outside Ansari's home after the news of his death. Ansari, who ran his own gang in the 1990s, had more than 60 criminal cases against him, 15 of which included murder charges. He joined politics and won his first state election in 1996 in his home constituency of Mao. He remained a lawmaker from the seat till 2022. In April 2023, he was convicted for killing Krishnanand Rai, a lawmaker of the ruling Bharatiya Janata Party, and sentenced to 10 years in prison. He received a life sentence earlier this month for a 1999 case involving fake arms licenses. Ansari's brother, Afzal Ansari, an MP from the state, alleged that he was poisoned. Mukhtar Ansari had been hospitalized on Tuesday after a fall in the washroom, according to jail authorities. He was initially treated in jail and then taken to the hospital for further treatment and discharged after 14 hours, the authorities said in a statement. Still to come is sports news. We'll bring you details shortly. Welcome back. If you're just joining us, you're watching Biscon Television News. Now to the world of sports. Fulham midfielder João Palhinha has tipped Sporting Lisbon coach Ruben Amorim to succeed Jurgen Klopp's successor at Liverpool. Palhinha played under Amorim at both Braga and Sporting CP prior to moving to the Premier League in 2022. And has seen firsthand the quality of the 39-year-old coach. Amorim is revered for his successes at Sporting, which includes delivering the club's first Primeira Liga title in 19 years in 2021 and leading the way again this season. The Sporting coach has been touted for a number of top jobs, with Liverpool one obvious vacancy coming up, as Palhinha sees his former boss thriving at the next level up. Recall that Klopp announced in January his intention to step down as Liverpool manager at the end of the season, with temporary sporting director Jörg Schmadek also leaving at the end of the January transfer window. The club was tasked with planning a whole new chapter and was keen to have in place a new football hierarchy before turning attention to manager recruitment. We'll take another short break. When we come back, we'll bring you entertainment news. Join us again. Welcome back to Biscon TV News. Now to entertainment news. Daphne Joy, ex-girlfriend of the American rapper 50 Cent, has levied accusations of rape and assault against the G-Unit leader. These claims surfaced in response to reports indicating that 50 Cent was pursuing sole custody of their son after Joy was named in Rodney Lil Rod Jones' lawsuit against Sean Diddy Combs, accusing the media mogul of sex trafficking and abuse. In an Instagram post, Joy criticized 50 Cent for his alleged neglect as a father to their son and accused him of sexually assaulting and physically abusing her during the relationship. In response to Joy's allegations, 50 Cent swiftly issued a statement through his representative, refuting her claims. He asserted that Joy's accusations were driven by his recent pursuit of sole custody of their 12-year-old son. 50 Cent explained that his decision to seek sole custody of their son was to protect him, given that Lil Rod's suit against Diddy indicted his baby mama. And that's the news for now on Biscon Television, compiled and produced by Olakweju Ajidaba. Now the last line. Winston Churchill said, "To improve is to change. To be perfect is to change often." I'm Stella Opara. Many thanks for watching and happy Easter.
President, I want to acknowledge the great work you have done in the infrastructure sector, completing the rail from Lagos to Ibadan, the rail from Abuja to Kaduna, the completion of the second Niger bridge, and many other infrastructural development. My decision to come out to run for the highest office in the country is to build on your legacy. The legacy that has been built on integrity and honor. I believe that if we do this country will move forward. I am putting my administration on four-point agenda: security, the economy, education, and anti-corruption crusade. These 4-point agenda are drawn from our medium-term national development plan. And I believe that the 8 priorities of this plan, if well implemented, will lead this country to higher heights. I am selling myself to Nigerians, to our party, to the delegates. I have never lost any election. I have served in 3 terms in the Senate, and I have served on several committees: Navy, Education, Works, Science and Technology, and many others. At the moment, I am the Deputy Senate Leader. I started my adult career as an academician, and I reached the apex of my career as a professor and even climbing the ladder of administration. I moved on to bureaucracy when I was appointed the Director General of the National Space Research and Development Agency, when I launched 3 of 4 satellites, the first and the only one yet in Black Africa. Therefore, thereafter I moved to Senate, and I've served 4 to 3 terms on Senate. In my tenure, I've impacted on my senatorial district, building 5 hospitals, building 5 school acquisition centers, building roads, establishing some industries like cashew processing and many other industries. I have the experience, I have the knowledge, I have the capability. It is time for us to bring science and technology into the mainstream of our socio-economic policy. Because the difference between the developed country and the developing countries and other countries is the level of the science and technology and application of science and technology to development. I want to assure you, the single delegates, if you vote for me, you'll be voting for honor, you'll be voting for integrity, you'll be voting for transparency and useful purpose in the administration of this country. I want to thank you, and I bless Nigeria. Long live Nigeria, long live our party. APC!
First, His Excellency Senator Ben Ayade should please step out to the podium. Would also like to call His Excellency Engineer Dave Umahi, the Governor of Ebonyi. Would also like to invite His Excellency Right Honorable Dimeji Bankole, the former Speaker of the House of Reps, to also come, and then to make the last 4, you have Honorable Emeka Nwajoba to please come to the stage. All 4 aspirants will be given just 2 minutes to give us a synopsis of what they...
Professor Ben Ayade, the Governor of Cross River State. I have come here to share my thoughts. This is a great opportunity for our delegates to make a choice for the future of this country. I present myself as a great intellect with a long-standing background in academics, in the Senate, and now as governor. I understand the challenges of a third world economy. I understand the security challenges of this nation. With the concept of Afghanistanism, the collapse of Afghanistan, and the ambition of ISWAP and Boko Haram to take over Nigeria, recognizing our vast natural resource. It is obvious clearly that there's also an international connectivity, iconoclastic of some sort, with a conspiratorial theory that the vast wealth of the coltan deposit, diamond and platinum that we have, with the concomitants of our challenges, they believe that opportunity has come for them to colonize Nigeria and to drive out Christians and Muslims alike, because they believe that their God-given territory is the West African province. As a country, we must be united by the resolve to address the security challenge of this nation. Therefore, my proposal when I become president of this country, to use a satellite videography, because the use of the contact approach, the physical military approach, is insufficient in a modern warfare. Nigeria at this point, therefore, will require a defense pact of a known occupation origin, a defense pact to share military intelligence, a defense pact that will allow you opportunity to use unoccupied drone technology for the attack of terrorists. We must realize that I am the governor of Cross River State who refused to sign the anti-grazing law because I thought it was offending the trades of herdsmen. I am one governor who has stood and has united this nation. I am one governor who believes in the fact that this country can only be united if we address the challenges of our security system. The most critical aspect as well is education and agriculture. The moral miasma and decadence that have characterized our university system, occasioned by the fair structure due to poor remuneration, has of course dovetailed into a challenge where young people come out of university without the Kantianics, without the morality, without the kinetics of good conscience. I come as a professor with a long-standing experience who will bring back education, restore the glory and value and dignity of knowledge. All over the world, the world has migrated into technology and knowledge-driven administration. Nigeria cannot be different. I present myself as a young man who shares the enthusiasm of the youth or the wisdom of a 60-year. I'm an old head on young shoulders. I have education, I have exposure. I have worked with a system, I'm a system purifier. I believe that this country must show that the black man does not think from the stomach. If you put your vote and commoditize your vote and put a value to it, you have mortgaged your future. I come believing that the delegates will be worried about the future of their lives, the future of their children. I present myself as that firebrand, that catalytic power force that will create that opportunity where this country will realize that yes, indeed, we have young men. In Cross River today, I have a garment factory, a pharmaceutical factory, a rice factory, a cocoa factory, a vegetable oil factory, Tanachika. I have a food processing mill, and the list is endless. I have done so because I know job creation is at the basis of the peace and unity of this nation. I present myself in the absence of trying to impress you with how much money, but I present myself as somebody who has shown capacity, and I hope to show that capacity at the national level. God bless us all as I charge your conscience to vote for the future of this country and not vote for the pocket of today. Thank you and God bless.
Thank you. In Nigeria, to allow a party-free and fair presidential contest is the first of its kind in Nigeria. And I want to thank the party chairman and the committee that organized this beautiful convention, and I want to say that you have done very well. When people were very highly apprehensive about the success of this convention, I told them that APC has what is called a self-cleansing velocity. Today we are here, and let me pledge that whatever is the outcome of this convention, I will abide by it. And let me say that I put myself forward as a man who has proven his indices of all the developmental indices that the country Nigeria needs. I have been able to prove that you can do quite a lot with little resources. I have been able to bring Ebonyi State to compete with other states of the nation, irrespective of the date and time this state was created. I appeal for the delegates
that all that the nation Nigeria is looking for to improve on the great legacies of Mr. President, that I possess it. And I ask Nigeria that at a time like this, we should give an opportunity to a proven engineer. I'm a professional engineer, and I have proved it in a Ebonyi State. In the area of agriculture, I can say that I am part and parcel of feeding this nation Nigeria. In the area of health, I can say that I have the best medical facilities in the whole of Nigeria. In the whole area of education, it is quite evident what I have done in the area of education. In security, in the area of national unity, I can say that I have proven the fact that I need to put my people, the Southeast people, in the mainstream of the affairs of this country. And that is the reason why I joined APC. I want APC delegates to look towards me and know that they have a young man who has the capacity, who has the ability, who has the wisdom, and who has the divine calling to improve on all that our dear president has done for our country. I urge you to give me your votes. I urge you to look through all the promises we have made. Nigeria in 2023 will not be looking at promises. They are going to be looking at our past performances and what we've been able to achieve. And I have a lot to campaign for APC with. So I thank you very much, and I have great faith in God and in you that we do the right thing and give me your votes. God bless you and God sustain you, and congratulations to all APC members. APC! Thank you.
About 60 years ago, some of our elders in this country decided to look for fine gentlemen like you all over Nigeria, give them the best training they could have, and handed Nigeria over to them. A few years later, Nigeria went through one of the worst periods of its time, just to show that those fine gentlemen were the best we ever produced. Some of them sacrificed their lives for us to be here today. Mr. President, you are one of those gentlemen. Today you are about to find out who your successor is. And I go by the genre, there is no success without succession. You have done your best over the last 7 years. It's time for someone else to move the nation forward. As an economist, I do have an idea that this is all about economy, economy, economy. Without solving that, we will never solve the security problem. Without solving that, we will never solve the power problem. It's just that we don't have enough time for me to talk about the power probe which I launched when I was speaker. A major problem we have today that you have managed to solve for us is that of Boko Haram in the Northeast. I understand that for the past 20 years of this country, we have left local governments mostly ungoverned. Today, we have a different type of government in some of those ungoverned areas, and they are collecting taxes they're collecting taxes in form of kidnappings and the rest of it. Almost 20% of our budget is spent on local governments. It's about time that we begin to negotiate with our governors to make sure that the institution of local government becomes a serious part of our system. Without that, we cannot solve the problem of primary education and primary health. These are the major problems that we need to face in our country. The President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria may not be able to understand fully what's happening in different local governments, but he can bring about strong institutions as far as we need them in this country. Well, Mr. President, as a younger person, I proved to this nation with my colleagues in the National Assembly at that time, at a critical time in our nation, that it's possible for younger people to handle critical situations when we brought about the doctrine of necessity that actually saved the dignity of one of our former presidents and actually allowed our country to move forward. Mr. President, thank you. Again, I say, there is no success without succession. As a former military officer myself, I truly hope that our party and delegates will consider the lives of those young men standing in all parts of Nigeria, making sure that Boko Haram and the rest of them do not take us to pieces. Thank you, and God bless all of you. And of course, anyone that wins tonight, thank you.
Nigeria, President Buhari, Mr. President, my name is Goswill Akpabio, Commander of the Order of the Niger. I am standing in front of you as one of those with great aspirations to become President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. But however, I do not know the year. As a student of history, I want to let you know that the All Progressives Congress came to birth through very strong alliance between the then ACN in the southwest and the CPC in the north. Today I want to thank the progressive governors of northern Nigeria, my dear colleagues, having been a governor for 8 years, for their decision to ensure peace, stability, and unity of the country, that in 2023, the presidency of this country should go to the southern region of Nigeria. It is on that note that I do not want to speak much. But I want to say that their decision is laudable. Mr. President, I'm going to make a statement. I hope my supporters are listening. I hope my delegates are listening. The statement I want to make is that for 2023, I want to join you to go with a president that has vision. Helen Keller, the first blind child to have first class in Radcliffe University, after she delivered the lecture on the convocation day, a mischievous pressman asked her a question and said, "My dear, congratulations, but what do you think could be worse than being blind?" And the child answered, "To have sight and no vision." To have sight and no vision. Today, I urge all our delegates to look at all of us and bring out a man amongst us that does not only have sight, but also has vision. It was that sight that enabled me, it was that vision that enabled me to turn around a pedestrian state, like Akwa Ibom said, into a destination of choice for all Nigerians and the global community. And that is what they came to know as uncommon transformation. So I am ably qualified to be your president. I'm standing in front of you. I would have run this race on the basis of my track record. But having taken cognizance of the history of the APC and the efforts of the governors to bring peace in a fragile situation like this, that yes, we are looking at south. But I have seen a man who is older than me and who was the first visionary in governance. And that man enabled us to have good governance in Lagos State and also to have the development we have in Lagos State today. So, Mr. President, I would have delivered a very powerful speech today on my manifesto, which included 3 major items: that of security, that of unity of the country, that of the economy of the country, which involves infrastructure. And as a man who is known as the governor that turned boys into men, I would have said, yes indeed, I would have done so. But I don't have to do so by being president. I will join the next president. I will join the next president to turn the boys in Nigeria into men. And therefore, I drop my heart and I assure you that as I withdraw now, vote for Asiwaju Ahmed Tinubu. Vote for Asiwaju Ahmed Tinubu. The 93 delegates from Akwa Ibom, the hundreds of delegates across Nigeria, the 1,200 delegates that were ready to put me in office, I assure you, I plead with you to unite our party, let equity reign, and bring in this man to take over from our current president. And we will support him. I will be there supporting him. I ask you, vote for Ahmed Bola Tinubu as your next president. Thank you, and God bless Nigeria.
I am from Ogun State. I'm here tonight to let you know, in Southwest, in Ondo State, we do not want things like that.